Arms, now we're just going to do a nice little simple thing for the shoulders. So we're going to start compressing here, loosen up the shoulders. Straight arm, right, nice and easy. Then sustained pressure. Nice and easy. And we're going to take the head and start to laterally flex it to one side. So the shoulder is pinned here, and I'm using the palm of my hand into the side of the head. So you want to get pure flexion, not rotation. So the nose needs to be pointing up. So this is indicator of lateral flexion. This rotation. But you want to, this is rotation. But you want to get a nice stretch here. So stabilize here, laterally flex away. And see, I'm using my arms, so you're just leaning in. Is that too much? And you can hold it easy this way. Okay, and then back. And do the other side. So we start the lateral flexion, and then depress, and then just laterally flex. Nice. Back to neutral. Very simple. And now we're going to start loosening up the neck with the pads of our fingers on either side of the spine, starting at the base of the neck, and we're just going to lift up and back, just to get a wave going on, right? Just to get some length and loosening in posterior cervical. So notice, not this, because you can't really get balanced movement when your feet are even like this, so you have to have your stance some variation of this so that you can move with the technique. Okay, and then our hands come, lift, and bring the chin towards the sternum for a nice stretch of posterior cervicals. If it's easier for you to sustain this by placing elbows here, okay. Okay.
Have you ever done the cross arm, like, you know, cross, yeah.
I do request.
Well, because
No, it's a good one because
it's actually a yoga thing where you compress the thyroid.
Yeah, like any shoulder stand or anything like that. So this is where you're lifting with the legs, right? Okay. Now we're going to do a little traction. So I'm just going to place my hands at the back of the head and lean back. Little traction. I'm going to take my finger pads on either side and feel for the mastoid process, the bony protuberance behind the ear, and come just medial and hook up underneath the occipital ridge. So you have something to hook on, and then you just lean back so they get digital compression and traction. So you're working up underneath the occipital ridge and leaning back. Leaning back. Really starting to open that up. And now we're going to do 2 points on the top of the shoulders. So with the hands in this position, just slide your thumbs here, and we're going to try for 1 point, which is gallbladder 21. And if you feel on yourselves, please, this point is on the highest portion of trapezius, about halfway between the base of the neck and the acromion. So right halfway, you usually feel a lump basically here. So you want to feel till you feel that, yeah. Dull, achy kind of thing, and you want to direct the pressure down towards their feet. And you do this bilaterally, so you feel on both sides, and the person can talk you into the point. So meaning they should feel a dull ache. So you know, you get in the general area and they go, yeah, maybe a little bit laterally or whatever they're going to say until you are engaged on both sides. So let me see, is it that?
Yeah.
And then with your thumbs just in the point, you're just going to lean in through it, straight arm, and just hold that pressure. So you're directing the pressure down towards the feet.
Where are your thumbs?
Still on the
Still on.
On that same point. And look at my hands are like this, supported on the table. So you're just going right into the point through extended arm. You're easy to hold pressure this way. And then you're going to release, and then you're going to come into find another point. And this other point is triple warmer 15. So if you feel for the superior angle of the scapula of the person, Okay, the top of the scapula. Right above it is the attachment of levator scapula, which has attachments onto the transverse process of the cervical vertebra, and that, has a lot to do with this. So you want to take your thumbs and press them right into the points. So now my hands are still in the same place, but they come a little bit more medial, so I can feel for the superior angle of the scapula, and I come immediately above that and sink in. You feel that?
Mm-hmm.
So your thumb here, where we were, you want to move in a little bit more medially and sink in, and you'll feel the tip or the superior angle of the scapula. You come right above that, and that's the attachment of levator. Also an acupressure point, triple warmer 15. And again, you direct pressure down towards the feet. Okay, that's a really good release point for the shoulders. Okay. And then one last thing. It involves fire. I didn't want to tell you that. No one ever volunteers then. So you're going to come out, and our hands are going to come into the back of the head. So my hands are going to be resting on the table, and I'm just going to curl my fingers up underneath the occipital ridge. So it looks like this. I'm going to slide them up, and then I'm going to turn. And my fingers are curling like this up underneath the occipital ridge. And when she chooses to let her neck go a little bit, her chin will start to go up towards the ceiling a little bit. And that's what you want. So your hands are supported by the table. And you're just curling your fingers up underneath the occipital ridge. They use this a lot in cranial, sacral, other modalities, right? It's a very good way of releasing a lot of the stagnant energy that collects up underneath the occipital ridge. So just a position where you're comfortable with this, because we're going to hold this for like a minute if we can.
You got 3 fingers, or?
I have all 4 up underneath the occipital ridge. Thumbs, no.
So it's GB 20?
Definitely wind pond, yes. Gallbladder 20. So easy, right? Your fingers are curled back towards you. So you're directing the pressure back towards you. And then just easy out. And then we're just going to come thumb over thumb and just work the center line, top of the head. So nice, easy, easy, easy. Okay, cut. Push button, push button. Okay, so nice, easy. So some